What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about a topic that I probably am not considered a 100% expert in. And it's basically skill acquisition or the ability to use a technique in a not real world, but like in a real match scenario. And there's all this stuff going on about like ecological and all that. And this is kind of separate. It's not necessarily how to learn a technique, it's how to get yourself confident in that technique. So, what I've found from years of training other sports is you won't be confident in something if you haven't done it against a 100% unwilling opponent at some point. And what I've noticed in jiu-jitsu specifically is people are trying to always roll with people their level or higher. So like white belts and blue belts are always they want to roll with the higher belts for whatever reason. And I don't think this really makes sense. If you want to build confidence in a technique, you need to successfully complete that technique. And many times in scenarios where your opponent is resisting you. So if you're constantly rolling with people that are better than you, you're not going to be able to successfully complete those techniques, and then you're going to get into a tournament, super fight, whatever it is, and you're not going to have confidence because you have so many data points of you not being able to hit those techniques. So the most important thing I believe to build confidence in a technique is to mainly roll with people that are lower level than you. I believe that 70 to 80% of your rolls should be with people that are worse than you. And that's not to say that you should always dominate them and you should never let them do anything, but the majority of your time should be spent not winning, but successfully completing techniques, which people would probably call that winning. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this, and one thing I would also recommend is putting yourself into bad scenarios, like letting these people that are worse than you take your back, get you in mount, put you in situations where you're gonna get with people that are better than you, but since these people are lower leveled, you'll be able to escape. And then once you can escape on them, you can move up to higher and higher belts or skill levels. And the same thing goes with submissions. Like, if you want to get good at a submission, you need to complete that submission multiple times. And drilling up to a point is okay because you're learning the technique, but then you need to go hit it successfully. So, if I'm a purple belt, I'm going to try to roll with white belts and blue belts most of the time because I'm getting reps, successful attempts at reps. Then, once I am hitting whatever technique I want to improve consistently on those lower belts, then I'll start moving up to people my level. And then once I can do it on people my level, then I'll start moving up and up the ladder. And I think that people really get this wrong because they think, oh, I'm only going to get better if I'm rolling with people better than me because they're going to teach me things. They're going to make me pay for my mistakes. Yes, they are going to make you pay for your mistakes. And then you'll have no confidence in that technique anymore also. So there should be a mix. I think that, like I said, 70 to 80% of your roles should be with people lower level than you. And then the rest, maybe another 10% should be with people better than you. And then the other 10% should be with people about your level. So I think this is super important, and I think a lot of people get it wrong. So the way I would actually implement this is first I would learn the technique. Of course, I would drill it a couple times. And then I would pick a partner who I ask them to go like 20%. So they give me a little bit of resistance. I still successfully complete the technique. And then I progressively tell them to give me more and more resistance. Once I'm at like 50 to 60% resistance, then I'm going to say, okay, I'm good as far as somewhat willing opponents. Now I need to find someone worse than me to hit this successfully in like a live roll situation. And then I'd go out and find someone that I'm pretty confident I can hit this on. And it might not just be someone who's lower skill level than you, they might be smaller than you. That's also an option. So if you are a blue belt and you want to get confident in a technique, maybe you'll pick another blue belt, but they'll be 20, 30, 40 pounds lighter than you. And it should be a little bit easier to complete that submission. So I think this is a really important thing for people to learn because it's not all about just like, I'm going to go find the best black belts in the world and gain their knowledge, which is a great thing. But it's also about how can I successfully complete the technique. And that might be the most important thing. So if you are a brand new white belt, then it's going to be a tough road finding people that are worse than you. So I would recommend finding people that are smaller than you. If you're really small, then you're going to have to start with opponents that are just giving you a little bit of resistance and progressively increase that resistance. And you will get better. But anyway, just wanted to do a quick video on this because it's something I've been thinking about a lot, and I am pretty confident that it's true. So thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments or message me on Instagram at Christian J. Cioffi. Cioffi is Cioffi. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.